welcome back to our channel. Today I'm gonna go ahead and film Jackson's 3-month update. Before we get started, I wanted to go ahead and let you guys know that we are officially going to start uploading 2 times a week. I want to go ahead and give trying to upload 2 times a week a shot, so we're gonna see how it goes. Jackson's now 3 months old. I did miss his 2-month update. I knew that was gonna happen. I'm pretty sure we had a lot going on. 2 months was when he got his shots, and then he was really fussy, and then at that same exact time Rowan actually got sick with some sort of little stomach bug for like a week, so that was great. So that entire like week there where I could have filmed his 2-month update, we were a little preoccupied, so we did miss his 2-month update, but we're gonna go ahead and just jump to his 3-month update. So he is now weighing around 13 pounds, which is great. That's exactly where the doctor is wanting him right now. He previously at 2 months I believe was like 11 pounds, so he gained about 2 pounds since his 2-month appointment. He is still fitting in some 0 to 3 month clothes, but for the most part he's definitely in 3 to 6 month things, which is crazy. I feel like we barely got anywhere out of those 0 to 3 month clothes. I feel like he was in preemie and newborn for a while and then just jumped straight into 3 to 6 months. So I did have to go through and declutter his closet recently. As for diapers, he's currently in size 1 diapers, but I do feel like we need to start making the move to size 2 diapers. I just feel like they're getting a little snug. As for other things related to growth and development, we've been doing lots of tummy time, because I feel like with Rowan, I never did enough tummy time. I feel like I just always held Rowan. So we've been doing a lot more tummy time with Jackson, and he's actually been loving it, so thank goodness. I feel like Rowan hated tummy time. All Rowan wanted was to be held and snuggled, so I'm definitely glad that he is liking his tummy time. Now getting into eating and sleeping. So we are still breastfeeding. For me, not necessarily him, I have definitely been slacking on the pumping, which at first I was really mad at myself for, but now I'm kind of like whatever about it. I really was scared that my supply was going to drop, but fortunately it has not. My supply has actually been doing really, really well. So we've been mostly just exclusively nursing. I have pumped plenty of milk for if we decide we want to stop breastfeeding any point down the line. But right now we have still been loving breastfeeding, and I think I'm probably gonna do it. And originally I said like up to 6 months. I'm almost considering going up to 9 months now. I don't know, but we're just going exclusively nursing for as long as I want. I do pump every now and then or use my Haka if I definitely feel like I need to, but not too super duper often. I'd probably say like maybe 2 or 3 days out of the week I'm pumping. The rest I'm mostly just breastfeeding, and that's really it. And our supply is doing great, so that's going really, really well. As for sleeping, he still is definitely not the greatest sleeper. It's not awful, but I remember Rowan, he was like a dream. He would sleep all day, sleep all night long. I remember right like 1 month he was sleeping through the night. It was great. But Jackson definitely still waking up 2 to 3 times in the night to eat, which isn't the end of the world. It's not like he's waking up and screaming, crying, and not going back down to sleep. So it's not the worst thing, but I definitely do wish he would sleep through the night. I think what makes the sleep the hardest right now for us is Rowan's sleep schedule, but I'm gonna go ahead and film his update for you guys. So if you want to say that, stay tuned, because I'm gonna do like a little 18-month update for you guys and his sleep schedule. We're working on it. And then getting into things he likes and dislikes. So he is super duper smiley. He's just the smiliest baby ever. With Rowan, it was so hard to get him to smile, and then finally around like 4 months he really came out of his shell. Jackson, ever since he came out, I feel like he's just been the smiliest thing in the world. My favorite thing is actually his relationship with his brother. Him and Rowan have been getting along so well, and I'm going to touch a bit more on this in Rowan's update, because I want to kind of talk about how Rowan's been doing with Jackson. But Jackson has been loving Rowan. It's adorable. Every time he sees his brother, he just gets super duper smiley. Rowan loves to hold Jackson and just kind of sit there with him in his lap, and they like to just look at each other and kind of laugh at each other. And now that Jackson's chatting a lot more, I don't know if you guys can hear him, he's in his swing talking over there. Now that he's chatting a lot more, Rowan's definitely getting really, really interested, and they're gonna just have the cutest relationship. So I'm so excited to see how that plays out. Things that he really likes, fortunately he likes his swing. He doesn't love it. There's definitely times where he's like, no, get me out of this, I want to be held, but he definitely likes it way more than Rowan ever did. Rowan's swing basically never got used, so I'm really glad that Jackson's been liking it, and it does help soothe him, we will go ahead and, you know, do our normal things where we feed him and we let him do tummy time and kind of engage with us, and then we put him in there and he'll fall right asleep. So I've been loving that so much. Then as for dislikes, I don't think he has too many dislikes other than the car. He hates the car. He hates his car seat. Honestly, he doesn't even really enjoy when he's in his car seat in the stroller going on a walk. Like, he just hates the car seat in general, hates being in the car, hates being on the go. Let me go pick him up real quick. Okay. Jackson has decided to join us, so now he's gonna chill here. I don't know why he's awake right now, considering he just fell asleep like 10 minutes ago, but maybe me talking to the camera woke him up. I'm not sure. But he's gonna join us now. But yeah, he hates the car, he hates his car seat, he hates anything to do with that. I'm not too sure why. I understand the car because I feel like all new babies hate the car, but Rowan like would always love to be in his car seat and go out on a walk. Jackson, God. Jackson is very hit or miss with it. Sometimes he loves it, sometimes he hates it. Usually I have found that he will like it for like the first 10-15 minutes, and then all of a sudden he'll just get really fussy and want to be picked up during it. He loves being in the wrap though. He will chill in the wrap and sleep there for hours, which is great. It helps me kind of get cleaning done and things like that. Other things he loves that I've learned is vacuum sounds, which is funny because with Rowan it was like ocean sounds. I would put ocean sounds on my phone and instantly he would knock out. With Jackson it seems to be vacuum sounds. Anytime that I clean or like vacuum, he's instantly just knocks out, or he just sits there and stares and looks around. I do have to go see his doctor again just to follow up because they were concerned about a couple of things. So we've been tracking his jaundice just because when he was born he had some wonky jaundice issues. There was a brief period of time, I don't remember if this was at his 1 month appointment or shortly after or shortly before, not too sure, but I do remember there was an appointment somewhere in that time where they were really concerned about how yellow he was and they had to check his blood work, and he was like just on the cusp. Like technically his levels were too high, but it was too high of the good stuff, whatever that means. So they didn't have him go in the hospital overnight, so we've just been monitoring it. I do think it's better, but I don't know. So we have a follow-up appointment for that. We also are following up with his doctor for his head size. They're concerned about his head in relation to the rest of his body. It seems to be measuring way ahead in percentiles. I'm pretty sure his head was like 50 or 60 or 70 percentile, and then the rest of his body was like his weight and his length and stuff was in like the 10 and less percentile. So they are just concerned in general to make sure there's nothing serious going on. They don't think there is, just because if you look at my other child, he has a massive head as well. So I don't think they're super duper concerned about that, but they do want to follow up and just make sure there's no issues. If it is still measuring off, I think they're going to run a test or two to follow up on that, but I think we're okay there. And the other thing is just monitoring his weight gain. Like I said, his last weight was 13 pounds, which is great, but he's still, I'm pretty sure for weight, it's like 4th percentile. He's still definitely really low for his age and gender, but we are monitoring it. Obviously he was an early baby, so we're keeping an eye on that. And then going along with that, we are also keeping an eye on his reflux issues, just because if you don't remember, I think I mentioned it in his 1 month appointment update, whatever I'm trying to say, his 1 month update. He's super duper spitty. He's definitely gotten better within the last like 2-3 weeks that I've noticed, which is great. That makes us less nervous about it, but before I was definitely stressed out about it, and so was the doctor. He would just like projectile spit every feeding, like right after he would eat, 30 minutes later, an hour later, and then he'd want to eat again, and then it would just, again, just projectile. Even if we burped him, he'd burp, spit up, great, we'd lay him down, he'd sleep for 30 minutes, and all of a sudden he was like choking himself out on his spit. So we think it's gotten better within the last 2 weeks. I want to say there was like a solid week where he was barely spitting up, and then this past week he's spitting up a little bit, but definitely not as aggressive as he was before. So I know our doctor will be excited about that when we have our follow-up appointment. but that's something else that we are keeping an eye on with him. Okay, you guys, that is everything. Like I said, make sure you stay tuned for later this week. That way you guys can see the second video that we are going to start uploading. If you didn't see our last video, you would have known that we did go ahead and put an intro into our videos now. It'll be in this video, so I'm sure you saw it. But last week we started that, and I think it came out so adorable. So I'm really glad we have an intro now. So make sure you guys go ahead, hit that like button, and subscribe to this channel so you guys can see more young mom related videos. Make sure you guys also go ahead and follow us on Instagram. We've been really active over there. I post lots of cute pictures of the boys and of us, and post in our stories all the time asking you guys what videos you guys want to see and stuff like that. So you make sure you guys go ahead, head on over there. I will put it on the screen for you. And that is it for this video. I will see you guys next time.